So what I'm about to explain in this video is what it's currently getting me payments like this and what has generated over $250,000 in revenue for all of my clients. Now, if you can sit here and watch a maybe 5 to 10 minute video till the end, then because this is exactly what's getting me results like this, and this, I can 100% guarantee you that you can simply copy and paste what I'm doing and copy the exact results that I'm getting. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive right into the video. Now, the offer that I'm currently running at the moment is very simple. I'm helping agency owners and consultants and B2B online service based businesses get more clients. And my offer is that I guarantee 15 high ticket clients in 4 months, right? Now, this is a pretty solid outcome that I'm guaranteeing to these people. And the reason I am so confident that I can actually bring these results is of what I'm about to explain in a second, right? Now, first of all, I'd like to show you some of the results that we got with this, just to show you guys that this is actually legit. Now, for example, we helped G10 add over 10K a month to his agency offer in just 15 days. We've helped Nishkar scale from zero to signing a 15K plus deal split client, a 5K deal, and a 3K client with his lead generation agency. And now we've also helped Yaderick scale past 10K a month with his appointment setting agency in just 30 days. And here I have some even more of these results that you can check out right here. Or if you go directly onto my website, which the link is going to be down in the description, in here you can check out all of the case studies, testimonials, and everything that we have. Just again to make sure for yourself that what I'm going to show you in this video is actually something that works, right? Now, what I do to help these clients achieve these outstanding results and what is also allowing me to get pretty solid payments pretty much on a daily basis is all about this stuff that I will show you in a second. Okay, now to help a business get more clients or add more revenue, pretty much because in the end the most important thing that a business wants is making more money, right? So in whatever service you are selling, if you can manage to help the business get more clients and consequently add more revenue, this means you're making the money, and this means that your offer can be absolutely insane for these people, right? Now, to help businesses get more clients, what you can do is you can focus maybe on the acquisition, maybe on the offer, maybe on the sales, whatever. But if you cover all of these steps, so if you literally cover everything, the entire process from the offer creation, from the acquisition systems, from the nurturing, and even the sales systems, then your chances of actually helping these people literally fucking skyrocket, right? And this is exactly what I'm doing myself. Now, when a client joins, what we do is we literally refine everything from A to Z, right? So, first thing that we do is we optimize for the offer. So, we pretty much craft an irresistible offer. Then, once the offer is nice, pretty much, we implement the acquisition systems because we need to have opportunities to sell, and these are simple appointments. And then, lastly, what we need to do is we need to have these people to actually show up and be educated inside of the call, and then we need to close these people, right? So what we need here is a nurturing system plus a proper sale system. And this is exactly what my offer and what my delivery is currently covering. Now, let me show you exactly what and how I'm doing this right now. So the first thing that we do is we analyze and refine their offer of our clients. So what we want to do in the first place is we want to sort of craft a world class offer, right? And we do this by first of all optimizing for the mechanisms so that they can have a 10 of 10 delivery for their own clients, meaning that they can actually build a proper, sustainable, and good business. Then we also optimize for the proposition and the meshing of their offer. Now, We do all of these steps because we want to acquire a high ticket status offer so that we can charge a minimum of between 5 to 10K plus for their offer so that they can have higher profit margins and then also attract higher quality clients, right? So when deciding to help a business get more clients, the first thing that you have to start with is the offer. Now, it may be that their offer is already great. So if that's the case, once the offer is fully dialed in, the next step to analyze is going to be the client acquisition infrastructure. So, are they actually booking enough qualified appointments on a consistent basis every week, every month? If yes, okay, then what you can do is move on directly onto the nurturing and the sales. If not, and this is, guys, probably the biggest bottleneck that most businesses have, you have to have different acquisition channels that allow you to book appointments on a consistent and predictable basis, right? Now, we have three different systems. Actually, we have like six, but they are divided into outbound, inbound, and paid. So, the first system that we implement, and we do this for anyone who joins, is going to be an AI infrastructure. Now, it doesn't matter if they're making 1K a month, if they're making 100K a month, if they are not using this type of systems into their businesses, then these can easily add an extra 10, 20, 30, 40K a month, right? So, what we're doing here is we pretty much send 1,000, between 1,000 to even 3,000 messages per day, depending on the client, to hyper specific leads. And we do this fully, completely automated. Now, there is one very important thing, guys, that you have to implement as soon as possible if you're not leveraging right now, and that is AI. Okay. Now, there are a lot of courses, programs that teach pretty solid systems on how to send messages, how to do cold outreach, and so on. But right now, there are literally hundreds of automations that allow you to automate everything from the scraping process, so actually finding hyper qualified leads, from then sending the actual messages to these leads, and then also handling the conversations. So this is something that has been truly a game changer for me and for my clients' businesses. And guys, if you're not leveraging AI, you are missing out on a ton of money, because the beauty about this AI infrastructure is that we literally have to implement this once, then is going to be running on autopilot every single day. All the client has to do is simply making sure that the system is running properly. This is literally all they have to do, right? So instead of them hiring 5, 10 different VAs to send them the messages for them, or even manually sending the messages, by doing so, they create an insane amount of leverage, because they can send between 1,000 to even 3,000 messages every single day to hyper specific leads, completely automated. And this is absolutely insane, right? And also, if they don't want to then reply to the people who actually reply to their messages, what they can do is they can hire one or maybe two setters at most, depending on how many messages they're sending, to automate the entire process from A to Z, so that these VAs, these setters, are going to handle all of the conversations and the entire process, again, from finding the leads, so finding the actual leads, scraping the leads, to then sending the message to the leads, and then actually handling the conversations and getting these people onto a call is going to be to the setting process. This is going to be fully automated with AI. And this creates an insane amount of leverage. And when a client sees that it only has to implement the system once, then this is going to be absolutely a no brainer for him, right? And with this system, what we usually average, obviously this is subjective and it varies, is we have between 3 to 5 calls every single day, again depending on how many messages they're sending, and between 5 to 10 new clients every single month, again all on the messages that are sending on a daily basis. And the beauty also about these systems is that they require, most of them, less than $100 per month to run. And with a single one of these systems, you can easily sign deals of upwards of 5, 10, 15K total in a month, and you're spending like $100. So the ROI is absolutely fucking insane. And here I've also included some of the results that we got with this. For example, one of our clients closed a 3K client. In here, one of our clients scaled past 10K a month. Another one closed a 10K plus lifetime value deal. Another one closed a 500 retainer plus a 10% rev share for a pretty big company. 2.5K deal here, and many, many more, which if you want to, you can check out on the link down below. Now, this is the first system. So again, the AI infrastructure. Then what we also have, which is very, very important, at least in my opinion, is a content infrastructure. Now, what we need to do here is we need to build them a personal brand. Now, in the next probably 5 to 10 years, all of the businesses that do not have a personal brand are going to fail. And I can say this because literally everyone right now, even my grandma, is making content. So if you're not making content, then you are missing out on an insane opportunity. So what I do is I have my clients create long form content on YouTube, exactly like I'm doing right now. And here is where the actual nurturing and warm up process happens, because people here get to see videos that are long, like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. So they actually get really educated onto the long form. Then we also make short form content to simply have more views and then redirect the people from the short form all the way to the long form content, where again the actual warm up and nurturing process happens, right? And here it's much more likely that the people that watch the long form are going to convert into actual clients once they actually book an appointment, so on and so on. But again, the main outcome in here is to create a personal brand, first of all, so that we can pretty much position the client as an authority in our market, that we can attract higher quality leads, and that we can nurture these leads and build more trust for the business. And this is going to give overall more efficiency through the entire funnel. Again, here we have some of the results that we have with the system. And lastly, once the client is making between five, ideally a minimum of 10K a month consistently, and they can spend a minimum of 2 to 3K per month on ads, then we implement the paid acquisition infrastructure. Now, the reason I do not implement this if they're making less than 8 to 10K a month, ideally even five, but it depends. This is because when running paid ads, you want to have, first of all, a proven offer. So something that you know you can sell to many people and you know that actually works. Then you need to have social proof. So you need to have actually proof of what you're doing, again, actually works and has generated good results. And then you need to have budget, because if you have 3K a month, 4K a month, right, that you're doing with the business, and you're spending half of that on ads, and the ads don't perform well, you're literally wasting half, if not even more, of the capital that you're earning. So it's not even worth it, right? So again, the pillars of running a paid infrastructure, things like running the paid ads in general, are having social proof, so actual results that you can showcase. Then you need to make at least 5 to 10K a month minimum consistently, at least for a few months. And then thirdly, you have to have a proven offer. This is literally all you have to do. But once you have all of these steps down, then what we do is we implement our direct and indirect messenger ads, so that again we can scale their proven offer beyond 50 to even 100K per month, because the ads are going to be the thing that are going to add fuel to the fire, because again we are simply showcasing their proven offer to a wider range of people, right? And again, the beauty thing about ads, and the cool thing about ads is that they are 100% fully automated, right? If you want to get more appointments, all you have to do is literally spend more money by clicking a button on the Meta ads, Google ads, whatever you're using, right? And by now, as I already said, we've used these exact same systems to generate multiple six figures in client revenue combined. Okay. Now, once they are booking a pretty decent amount of appointments, again, they're getting consistent meetings every single week, every single month, then we need to focus on converting these appointments into actual high paying clients, right? So in here, we then implement a nurturing and the sales infrastructure. Now, the first thing that we want is we want to have as many people to shop in the call as possible, first of all. And then secondly, we want to have pre-sold prospects inside of the calls, meaning that these people already know exactly what we offer, how we work, and so on and so on, so that when they actually hop into the call with us, they're already going to be pre-sold, meaning that closing these people is going to be easier, and then we're going to close more people because they're going to be pre-sold, right? So in here, we implement a pre-call nurturing system that pretty much increases the shop rate, increases the closing rate, and then educates and warms up the prospects before hopping on the call with us, right? So that we get pre-sold prospects. And the way we do this is via a booking form, then onto a nurturing video, pre-call nurturing video, and then onto a 4 steps pre-call email sequence that pretty much reminds them of the actual call. And these are sort of the things that we're using right now. Now, once we implement the pre-call nurturing system, then once the actual prospects join to the call, we need to close as many of these people. Okay, so in here we implement a sales infrastructure so that we can pretty much streamline and automate the entire A to Z process in the sales process. And so by doing so, we can actually achieve a 35 to a minimum of 50% closing rate of all of the calls that are going to book. For example, right now, myself, I have between a 35 to 38% closing rate. And then also what we want is we want to retain and then maximize the lifetime value of our clients. And by doing so, we're going to be pretty much 10xing our sales. And we do this via a conversion script, then onto a sales presentation, then onto a conversion funnel. Now, once we have the sales infrastructure built in, then the last thing, and this is extremely important, is we implement a full entire data tracking system for everything that I have in the business. So not only the sales, but pretty much everything from the acquisition systems, the offer, everything, right? And what we do right here is we track every single piece of data that they have within their businesses so that we can always check what is performing well and what's not so that we can actually fix it. And guys, if you're not tracking your data, then let me ask you, how the fuck do you know what is performing well and what is not, right? The only way to know if your business is doing well or not is by tracking your data, because if not, you'll just be relying on guesses, which is not what you have to do if you want to run a successful company, right? So again, lastly, we implement a data tracking system, and this is pretty much it, right? Again, this is the entire A to Z process that we implement for our clients. So the offer analysis or refinement, the acquisition infrastructure sets up, and then the sales and the nurturing infrastructure sets up. Now, if you are struggling to book qualified appointments or sign high-ticket clients, then if you want this type of infrastructure sort of implemented directly within your business by me and my team, then there is a link that you can click down below where you can watch a quick 5-minute video that pretty much explains a little bit more in depth about this entire process that I just showed you. And if this is something that can actually help you, then you can feel free to book in a call. If not, that's totally cool. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you actually found it valuable, because this is literally everything that I'm doing to pretty much run a successful company, I can say. So again, I hope you find it valuable, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye. Have a good one. Ciao.